Hello everyone, and today I'll be showing you how to build this creeper gunpowder farm, which can produce a good amount of gunpowder for TNT and other types of uses. And this does work on the new Caves and Cliffs update that released on June 8th for all platforms, so this does work on Minecraft Bedrock and on Minecraft Java. And now let's take a look inside this farm. So here is the open version of this creeper gunpowder farm, and as you can see, it's a pretty simple build. It includes 2 spawning grounds on each side and a collecting system with a chest down collecting all of the items from the creepers. And stick around till the end of the video and I'll show you some tips and tricks on how to make this even better and how to double the chances of a creeper spawning by adding layers to this. So stick around to see that, and without further ado, let's all smash that like button and let's get straight into the tutorial. The materials for this farm include 2 stacks of any type of building block. It can be any type of building blocks that you prefer. Then some slabs to cover the top so mobs don't spawn. Then a couple chests, a couple hoppers, 4 hoppers in particular. Then some soul campfires. This is for the gunpowder to not get burnt up in the flames of a normal campfire. And some trapdoors to filter out only the creepers, not any type of other mobs, and some water buckets. So you will want to take all of this. The first things that you have to do is pick out a location. I would recommend somewhere near your base because you will need to AFK for a relative long time in a little box up top of your farm so that the creepers can spawn technically on you but drop down into our collecting system. So first, you'll want to build a line of 20 blocks. Once you have made your line, you will want to go 20 in the other direction as well. Now once you have done that, you will want to fully fill it in to create a giant platform and our base for our farm. So now that we have created our spawning ground, you will want to go and build a wall 2 high on each side of this farm. So now that you have created your walls, you will want to dig out 2 blocks down here, and this will be collecting all of our creepers that spawn on either side. So break these blocks in the middle, like I did right here, and now you will want to make them go down 3 blocks, so like this. So now that you have placed 3 blocks down, you will want to place 2 buckets of water on this side and 2 buckets of water on that side, and this will create a little 2x2 right here. But before we dig down, you will want to place some trapdoors on the outer layer of the falling grounds, because creepers, once they walk here, they'll just instantly fall into the water and then they'll come down here into the hole. And the trapdoors prevent any type of things from spawning there, and it also prevents some other things from spreading. These trapdoors will prevent most of the spiders from falling into our collecting system, but if you do want to string from the spiders and want the spiders to drop into the hole, then remove these trapdoors and just leave it how it is. And now you'll have to dig down around 10 blocks at least. So let's do that right now. Here I have roughly dug down around 20 blocks for ultimate safety, because the only bad thing about going only 10 blocks is that the creepers might not die in the time of your arrival. So if you arrive at a pretty bad timing, then the creepers might explode and blow up some of the items. So that's not really good, so that is why I recommend to make them die from fall damage instead of the campfires. But if you do not have the physical ability to dig that deep, then you can obviously place the campfires, and that's what I'll do in this tutorial. Now dig out a little hole to the side, and you'll want to place 1 chest right here, and 2 hoppers running this way, and then 2 more hoppers like this, and then the final chest to cover it. And now comes the optional part of placing the campfires down here. And now dig out a little bit so you can get out of your farm safely and easily by making a ladder or a water elevator. And now dig straight up, and you should appear outside of your farm. Now this is one of the final parts, and it is to fill up the whole roof with trapdoors, so like this. And this process is pretty meticulous because we will have to fill in all of the space. And as you know, trapdoors have a tendency to always open if you're not crouching. So that's why I built a pyramid, and I'll explain that a bit later, so stick around to hear that. So now I've finished filling up the top area with my trapdoors, and this will prevent zombies and skeletons from spawning inside of the farm and the spawning grounds, and it will not prevent creepers and spiders from spawning, which is the reason why we're building this farm. Now comes the easy part of filling in the top with blocks, and this can be done very quickly. Now that you have filled in your top with your blocks, you will want to take some slabs and just fill in the rest of the areas that is left, and this will prevent mobs from spawning anywhere on top of the farm. And it's actually a very good feature because the slabs also give an aesthetic look to the farm, and it doesn't look like a normal box. And another thing that you can do is actually place stairs around the rim for a more better look to the farm, which adds a bit of fun to it and to the process of the build. And also another thing that you could do with this farm is incorporate it into another build, which is actually one of the features that I'm going to talk about a bit later when I'm going to be discussing the layering system for this farm. Now that you have filled in the top with slabs, you'll want to find the rough middle of your farm. So it's these 2x2s right here, but I'm just going to choose one of them. So like this, and now you want to go roughly 100 blocks up. It doesn't really matter the height, it just matters that it goes way higher than the farm itself, so that the creepers spawn beneath us. And now you'll just want to create a little spawn area right here, so that you do not die to other mobs, for example the flying enderman mobs that are kind of annoying. And now for full safety, you can break some of these blocks right here and add some slabs so that nothing can damage you. And on the top you can prevent mobs from spawning like this. And now this will be your little spawn and AFK room, so that you will stay here while your creepers are spawning down there. Now our farm is technically complete, and all you have to do is come down to the collecting area and open the chest. And as you can see, I have gotten all of these, but this is from a long time, so it took me, I don't know, like 2 hours of KFKing, or maybe even more. But this was using the pyramid method, so that's what I'm going to show you right now. But that is the results of this farm. So now the time has come for the pyramid farm. And this is a pretty good build because it looks, first of all, it looks really good. And the second reason why this is good is because it increases the rate of the creepers spawning. After doing multiple tests in different worlds, I tried stacking these types of farms. Then I tried putting farms up there, like the whole farm was about that height, and then the creepers dropped down to that. And I also did this type of farm. I tried layering them in smaller pieces so that it's way simpler to build and it doesn't require that many materials as others do. And this one turned out the highest performer. The highest performer was this pyramid one, and I think it's because the amount of spawn rates are the same. Because if you really think about it, if I would have done the same one multiple times, it would have just kept on layering on top of each other and the creepers wouldn't really spawn at the same rate. But with this one, first, as you can see, all of the spiders are staying in the positions where they need to be. They are not dropping down. And the other reason is that this does not really require that many materials, as I was talking about, and it doesn't require placing that many trapdoors on the second part. And it also gives you a really good look to your farm. And you wouldn't really call this a creeper farm because this is a pretty new type of design that I've created. But this was inspired by the jumper's design of a creeper farm. I'll leave the link to his channel down in the description so you can go check his channel out. And now all that's left for you to do is just to sit in your AFK spawn room and wait for the creepers to spawn down below you, and you'll be getting your gunpowder for your rockets, your TNT, and other stuff. And if you want to see more beneficial Minecraft videos, then hit that subscribe button and smash that like button to support the video and the channel. And I hope to see you in another Minecraft video. Bye.